God.
All right. We are live. That's right. How's everybody doing out there? We got 21 people in chat. My voice is not going to last talking like Bridges for the whole stream.
You got to talk like you removed your dentures, but you still got teeth showing in the front of your mouth.
Take the dentures out.
And then that's what you got to do it.
Yeah,
and then you've got to put a ridiculous accent on it. Like you're trying to be Gandalf, but you're 12 years too late. And you're American.
What's going on, chat? Welcome. See who we got here. We got Fluffy Gamer. It's time. That's right. Welcome, everyone. Again, Happy New Year's to you. I hope you had a good New Year's Day today. Thanks again for hanging out with us knuckleheads today as we discuss movies and talk about films. That's right. Art. Yes. Art.
Let's
see who we got here. We got Nigel. What's going on? Michael Gonzalez in the house. Fluffy Gamer again. Let's go. What's going on? Bob Oden's son. Love the name. That's right. Nate Dogg in the house. Omniblast. That's right. Shira is here.
ATN, don't start with me, mister.
I'm working on her, man. I think me and you connected yesterday on yesterday's stream, Rob.
And I hate you both.
And I think we're 60% there. So good work, sir.
Disgusting.
Twisting the arm. There he goes, laughing right now. What's going on, Woo Bear 260? Splinter Eye. That's right. We got Jacob Speller here. Because I'm going to be honest, 100% honest. When this movie came out, it was my favorite movie of all time. Huge fan of R.I.P.D. Nonetheless, Happy New Year's. All right. You guys want me to do this the whole stream? Does it sound sexy? I don't know. Are you getting turned on here? All right, here we got here. Imran, what's going on? All right. 25 people here already.
I just can't make it very far with you.
What?
I just can't.
It's fun.
Oh.
All right. So we are here. Hold on one second. Let's get the banners up here. All right. Shishplacky and Clacky Blacky. There we go. Is it really that bad? We are here. Yes. Another episode. And the classic series that we're just starting out. And Rob, thanks to Rob from Entertainment Talk Nation. Maybe one day. Well, no, there's no maybe. I think we got her, man. We're going to be starting a new spin-off series. Is it really that good? Yes. Where we take a look at movies that are overrated or rated a little bit too high for whatever reason. So we're working on it. We're working on getting Lady Fat Blood involved.
Me alone,
no.
Please. Oh my God.
I'm not gonna leave you alone, baby. Come on now. You don't love me. No, give me a little kiss right here, baby. Look, come on. No? Okay.
No.
Gilbert, what's going on? What's cracking? Nate Dogg says he wouldn't want to hear that the entire stream, but I do a good impression. Well, thank you. I try. I don't think I'll make it, though. I don't think I'll make it. But today's episodes, today's films, today's art, high art, on this episode of Is It Really That Bad? We're going to talk about two Jeff Bridges classics.
Classics.
Yes, he will be known for these two films.
Yes.
It will be on his repertoire of high valuable content. I don't know what I'm saying.
That's fine.
But here we go. We have, we're going to start with Seventh Son. The Seventh Son. All right.
God, okay.
So, we watched both of these movies yesterday.
The only reason we're starting with this is because we watched this one first.
Yeah.
This one actually came out a year after the nugget that we watched second.
Well, looks like a lot of chat over here. It looks like they like R.I.P.D. Now, it's okay, guys. If you guys enjoy both of these movies, there's nothing wrong with it. Frankenstein, is that you, John Wayne? All right, but we're going to get into our thoughts of what we thought about the movie. So, there will be spoilers in here as usual, but don't forget, we will still, give our verdict at the end of the video. Yes, and then we'll go to you guys and talk to you guys, see what you guys thought about both movies. So we're gonna start at 2014's Seven Son. All right. So the basic plot is when Mother Malkin, the queen of evil witches, escapes the pit she was imprisoned in by professional monster hunter Spook decades ago and kills his apprentice, he recruits young Tom, the seventh son of the seventh son of the seventh son, the seventh son. Sorry, to help him.
Yeah.
I think my impression is getting a little better.
You okay there?
Now I should add a little bit of British to this accent
Don't
to
you?
make it complete.
Jesus Christ.
So I hope you guys understood that. If you didn't, I'm sorry, because that's pretty much the entire movie. That's how Mr. Jeff Bridges talks the entire movie. So, Omniblast says, Lady Fat Blood's thinking this is going to be a long night.
You are not wrong.
30 people in the chat.
Not wrong.
Movie Dojo Army. That's right. So, all right. Now, instantly, oh, the soundtrack is done by Marco Beltrami, by the way, who's desperately trying hard. Both of these movies are good examples of trying desperately hard. Like, they're trying so hard to make a good movie. Like, you could tell that they know this is not the greatest, but we're gonna go all in, damn it.
Yeah.
And Marco Beltrami's score in this movie is just right at the beginning of the movie. Blah, blah, blah. When you get really big, long, I mean, we're fans of Marco too, but if you get really big, loud, huge soundtracks, or like that in this type of film, and there's nothing happening. When there's really not a lot going on, like action sequences, monsters, creatures, sword fights, then you would expect that kind of music. But there's a lot of parts of this film where it was just like, bah, 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 and it was just like nothing's happening. But the composer's like, hey, I'm trying to compose something interesting to what's the nothing's happening here to make sure the audience is awake and invested. So
yeah.
So right off the bat, this movie was just like da 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 da. Let's rush. Let's get to the meat.
Yeah.
Let's get to the meat.
Which,
I guess
to its credit,
yeah.
I would rather a film be like that than wasn't like, or did it just feel long?
Cheers.
Did Dungeon Siege, the Uwe Boll film, did it feel very long?
Dungeon Siege.
Like that was one of those movies where it felt like it was over 2 hours long, if not longer.
It did feel like it was a long time.
It just felt bloated
like
and
5 hours.
And a movie like this, it's so silly in its concept, and apparently it's based off of a book.
Right, probably a popular book. But no, you're correct. Like it just like as soon as the movie starts, it's like, sorry, I almost knocked over the drinks over here. Do you have any bourbon over there? No,
we're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
No,
I'm drinking water today. Believe it or not, that's right. We had fun a little bit. We're on the sauce a little bit yesterday for New Year's, but now back to working out and getting fit. So that way, when we go out there to hunt witches and burn all the witches that we used to be in love with, we'll be in shape. How you doing? Are you okay?
No, but this is like the biggest point of just bizarrity that I found in this film was like, okay, you've got this wacky, I mean, it's a fairly solid fantasy concept.
Yeah.
You got a witch that got, she's let loose and she's got her fellow witches, and she's summoning all of them to, rise up, and we're going to take over the world. And of course, because why not? Yeah. And, that's fine. And you've got the chosen one, who's the son. Some bullshit prophecy, some bullshit. He's the seventh son of the seventh son. Right. His mom's a witch. Spoiler alert. And so that makes him like super duper uber special.
Yes.
So he can not only do this, but he can do this, and then he can defeat the main witch, Julianne Moore. Right. Her character.
But we have the beginning of the movie starts off a little bit of a flashback kind of where we have young Jeff Bridges.
Right.
Basically, he seals the witch, Julianne Moore. She can't get out. Then, many years later, she eventually gets stronger and gets out.
Right. So all of this is like, okay, I can get behind it. You're trying to do your own little fantasy thing. Yeah. Everybody at one point, there was a lot of, we've dabbled. We've tried to do our fantasy things here and there. And, not really to the greatest effect.
No.
But what is absolutely...
We've seen worse, though.
Yes, what is absolutely confounding...
Dungeon Siege.
Yes, to me, is the decision to allow Mr. Bridges, who is he's a perfectly fine actor.
One of the greats.
He's a crafty veteran.
Yes.
Been around for decades.
Crafty.
You know, always known for his solid performances. He's great. To do what he did in this movie, I was like, this is a Nicolas Cage role if I ever saw one.
Yeah.
Like, except he's older.
Right.
But the vocals and the facial expressions.
Right.
I don't know how anybody did a scene opposite of him and kept a straight face.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Because instantly, you know, we're introduced to his character, and he just kind of seemed like this old drunk. And Kit Harington, Jon Snow. That's right. Yeah. My favorite show that I used to love back in the day.
We're not talking
Game of Thrones.
We're not going to
talk about Game of Thrones.
Stop.
Anyway, he's the new ward. You know, he's like his assistant in training, and it goes wrong, and Julianne Moore kills him, and then so now Jeff Bridges has to find a new assistant, basically, and that's the plot of the film. So, again, a lot of loud music, CGI, special effects for dragons and creatures and whatnot. Some of it was standard, like it was solid for its time. Other times it wasn't really that good, like especially when they would transform into creatures like leopards or big bears. Jason Scott Lee, for you Dragon the Bruce Lee story fans out there, Jason Scott Lee was one of the bad guys who transformed into this big bear. The animals look really cartoony, like it just didn't work. But we'll get to cartoony CGI a little bit later. All right, so you know he basically pays for Ben Barnes, right? That's his name.
The actor's name. Yeah,
Ben Barnes. For you, the Punisher fans out there, in the Marvel TV show for Netflix, he plays Jigsaw. He's the new chosen one, the seventh son, and you know,
and yes, that is spoken.
Yes,
that is dialogue.
Yes,
I'm here for the seventh son. I'm like, oh no.
So it's bad enough. For some reason, Bridges speaking like that worked for the True Grit remake, and he was fantastic in that. But for some reason, it was like kicked up to 11 in this one, and then made it worse with fake British coming out with it. She was dying. Like every time he tried to take a drink and he was talking, she was just like,
yeah, I learned to not take a drink.
Yeah.
I learned to just not.
Yeah.
It was just too much.
Yeah. So,
but
Gilbert says, I didn't watch Seventh Son. Watching the trailers, it didn't appeal to me. I remember when the trailer came on. I was just
this isn't about watching what's appealing, though. That's not what we do here. That's not what this series is about.
Yes.
No, obviously we didn't see it at the time either. This is both of these films. We saw the trailers when they first, each respective trailer when they first came out. We saw the trailers, and especially the second one in particular.
Yeah.
We were just like, oh no. I don't think we'll be watching that anytime soon.
Yeah.
So it's not like this is something that we were always curious about, but only by virtue of knowing that you hear the seventh son in the film. It's like, well, maybe one day.
Yeah.
And I think we even caught there was a bootleg of this on YouTube, and we didn't know. And we clicked on this random video on YouTube one day. And within like 3 minutes, we realized that it was the seventh son. And we immediately stopped it because we're like, oh, we're buying this garbage because that's how we roll. And it took us a while because that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
we saw that.
We had this for years.
We've had this for such a long time.
Yeah.
So, but and again, to the movie's credit, not only is it a respectable runtime, not even an hour 50, thank God.
Yeah. That was a positive. The movie was one and done.
A lot of the actors,
you're good.
like the two, like the
Ben
Barnes, he's lukewarm, but his character is very static. Like he's just there. He's the chosen one.
But he's green.
Generic,
he's the
whatever.
Rookie. He doesn't know how to fight well yet.
And the love interest. I'm not going to say anything mean about Alicia Vikander because I know there's a good actress in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I've seen Ex Machina. Okay. I've seen it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
She's fine.
Right.
But
it's well-made sci-fi.
Everything I've just seen her in too many not great films.
Right.
And she's just like well, she's better than an Amber Heard type of actress, where
right.
at least I know who Alicia Vikander is, and I could name you some movies that she's been in, unlike some of our generic people over here in the States.
I thought she was fine in this movie.
She's fine, but again, their love interest, fuck off, don't give a shit. Not just pissed right off with that. I don't care.
What? Love at first sight. Come on.
The villains, especially Julianne Moore.
Yes.
As at least
and Han Solo.
At least she's with this mentality of go hard or go home.
Yes.
She knew exactly what she was in.
Yes.
And at least she brought, and if nothing else, at least Jeff Bridges' character.
So here's the thing.
At least you've got this funny balance of just ludicrous acting.
Everyone, except for Ben Barnes and Vikander, everyone pretty much in this is big and over the top. Like, really big. Like, Julianne Moore, evil laugh. But here's the thing: the Jeff Bridges was hilarious and just not needed. I think he could have toned it down a little bit. But here's the weird thing, though, is that by the middle, I actually got used to his type of speak, to where it didn't bother me that much.
Right.
And then, like, towards the end, I was actually okay with it. It's still not great. It's not a great.
I guess
whatever the hell he's doing.
I guess you just get so used to it.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay.
Right.
There's no getting around it. There's no getting away from it.
No. I don't know. Like, the first half of the movie, I was like, this is kind of cringe worthy, but the second half, I kind of got used to it. But I did like. Tribal Chief just said, so the whatchamacallit? What was I trying to say? Yeah. So that's it. That's it for today's episode. All right. The over the top acting. For some reason, I kind of got used to it and I was kind of okay with it. But I didn't like but I did like badass don't give no fucks given, right? No pansy ass Gandalf. No, we love Gandalf, but what I mean is this dude is like, his character is like Gandalf, except for Gandalf, words of wisdom and all that. He's like, Frodo, get the fuck out of the way, right? Like, that's basically Frodo, shut the fuck up, right? That's basically fool of a toque. Yeah, go fuck yourself, right? That's basically this version. That's all I saw the whole time. Like, it's kind of a badass.
Right.
The Jeff Bridges character is kind of a badass in the movie, so I kind of ended up liking it despite the ridiculous accent.
And his stunt double was working overtime in this movie.
Stunt double.
He's fighting and he's like going toe to toe with these monsters and whatnot, and and so at some point the witch is obviously summoning her minions and whatnot. And they're not just witches. You've got these different characters that were, I wouldn't say you're introduced to them, but you're at least made aware of their presence. And CGI notwithstanding, some of them were really interesting looking, and we do get a little throwdown by the end.
Right.
And there was this one character in particular, which was funny because we ended up with a four-armed dude in R.I.P.D. Not as impressive. But anyway, the four-armed dude in this one with the swords and all that shit, like, you can see this little minion fighting at various points from,
this one I was actually I was getting a little excited here. Like, I was actually like, all right, it's this movie's just a rush fantasy. Let's get, hey, you want to watch a fantasy movie today? Do you want to watch a fantasy film with dragons and monsters and minions and an evil witch leader and R-rated version of Gandalf? Yes, come on in. You got an hour and 30 minutes to hang out with us. Sure, good. All right, there you go. There's the exit. That's basically the vibe of the whole movie. But I was actually kind of sitting up on my seat and paying attention when her minions did arrive. Even though this transformations look cartoony, the four-armed dude with the swords. So they ended up attacking this small village to kind of represent, like, we are here. We're going to beat you down NWO style. And the guy with the swords was doing all this cool shit. I was like, all right. Movie. Yeah, all right. No, don't leave me alone. I'm scared. Just kidding. All right. That's it. ASMR. Till you get back. I'm just kidding. So, I was paying attention. I was like, all right, Han Solo transforms into this big dragon. We got people getting fucked up. Ben Barnes, our lead hero's mother, you find out she's a good witch. And she comes in there and tries to save the day. And she fights against Julianne Moore. And then she ends up getting killed. But in terms of action, I was like, all right, see, CGI heavy, but at least something interesting is happening on screen. And I was kind of digging it. And then I got a little bit too excited. I was hoping that the end finale fight, I was hoping that, all right, we're getting introduced. That means with all these characters, causing a fucking ruckus. At the end, it's going to be fucking cool. Like, we're going to have this big, huge throwdown. We kind of do, but not necessarily. But there's one major thing. I'll wait till she comes back. That as much as I was okay with the movie at this point, like I was like, all right, it's standard fantasy. It's not cringe. I'll put it this way: I enjoyed this movie a lot better than Aragon. Keep in mind there's a lot of trash fantasy films out there, like generic garbage. And there's moments in the movie where it kind of feels that way, but then again, you get things that kind of give it a little bit of meat, like the four-armed sword guy, the attack on the village. We get a little bit of a witch battle back and forth. So I'm like, okay, I'm paying attention. And like I said, by the middle towards the end, I got used to the. And I enjoyed the character of Bridges. Yeah, but Ben Barnes was pretty.
Yeah, he was pretty bland.
Yeah, pretty bland.
Just there.
I'm surprised they didn't leave Kit Harington as the star. I'm surprised. I mean, maybe Game of Thrones wasn't like huge yet around that time. I'm not sure, but you'd think Kit Harington would have ended up being like the lead, or the new ward, the new sorcerer in training.
Game of Thrones started in 2011. This movie was
all right.
Surprisingly, the movie has a 2014 tag on it, but it wasn't released in the States until February of 2015.
Oh.
So who knows how long this thing was in production for? I mean, you never know.
Right.
You just
Hi, Acno.
You just
welcome, man. Thanks for a donation. But over big performances from our villains. But it's weird because at first, even I was concerned with Julianne Moore's acting. I was like, and Julianne Moore is great. And I was like, oh. But I don't know. Like, by the time I got to the middle and towards the end, I kind of like looked at it differently to where I think all of the actors knew what they were in. They knew that they were going to be in a fantasy flick for an hour and a half and go. And let's just have fun with it, and let's just go with it and be over the top.
Okay,
I think
this is going to answer your question right here.
Okay, what's going on?
This movie was in production as of 2011. So they started filming. They actual production began in 2012.
Wow.
So that would explain why he was just a little bit part.
Okay.
That totally makes sense.
Okay.
So there you go. That makes sense.
All right.
Because he would move on to bigger and better things like Pompeii.
Segue to another episode. If you guys are curious what we thought about Pompeii, or what I thought about it, we did do Is It Really That Bad episode for that movie. You guys can find it on the channel. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's one of those cringe, good CG, bad CGI, but then harmless.
It's trash, but almost in a fun, trashy way. It's almost
weird.
It's not quite like Rampage is like my perfect trash.
Yeah.
My absolute perfect trash. I always have my two perfect examples. I try not to mention Gods of Egypt too much anymore because I know.
You can't sell people on that.
I can't.
40 people hanging out.
It's impossible to sell anybody on
Gods of Egypt.
Yeah, it's not. So I always go to Rampage and XXX, The Return of Xander Cage.
Right.
As just like trash that I just have so much fun watching because they're not good movies. They're not like they're not like art house,
there's bad. Yeah, there's bad, and then there's good bad.
Yeah, it's there, and some movies they just strike that sweet spot, that perfect balance of just, hey, Yes, I will turn my brain off for you.
Yeah.
I will do this.
Yeah.
Fine. And I will do it gladly, and I won't feel insulted while I do it.
Right. Thanks for the donation, John. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Right, it's something I could not do with the Michael Bay Transformers.
See, that when you see us angry, watch the Peninsula rant.
Yeah.
If you want to. But another example is when you see us angry and pissed off.
Right. That's
when we will watch a movie. It could be for whatever reason. But another example is, jujitsu. Jujitsu. Watch our jujitsu review.
Yeah.
So we went in expecting good, bad, or we were hoping for good, bad with jujitsu.
Yeah.
And we were looking forward to the shit. And we had no high expectations. And we went in to go see jujitsu and was still let down and still disappointed. That's when we're like, that's when you see us get mad.
Yeah. So this one was not quite as enjoyable as like a Rampage or a, for me, it wasn't quite on that level, but it just didn't irritate me.
No.
The way another movie did that we watched immediately after. Which we're gonna get to.
We're gonna get to eventually. People are only here for an hour and a half. Throw love interest in there.
Longer than that.
Okay, I'm just saying, using an example. Yeah. Throw love interest in there. They saw each other. Hey, I'm hot. You're hot. Let's fuck. Right. Bridges is bridging. All right. But we have there was some solid fantasy type of action, a little bit of sword fights here and there, not too much. Before I rant about the finale, plot wise, story wise, am I missing anything else? They do allude that Bridges' character was part of a sect of hunters that would go after and fight the evil.
And he was the last one.
But he was the last one. He is the last one.
Oh no!
So I'm doing Sean Connery now.
No.
I did. You know who I thought was interesting? Tusk.
I didn't know what to make of that. I was
well, I mean, I was happy he didn't die.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, that was an interesting little.
I mean, he's not as cool or as interesting as the troll from Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters.
Right.
I mean, that character was great. But I found it interesting because you're made to believe that Bridges hates everything, anything that's a monster, a witch. He's a hunter, but yet he has what is Tusk? Tusk is is he a troll?
He's kind of like a troll.
Right.
Yeah.
And they kind of have this kind of guy friendship where they kind of, make fun of each other. Kind of like, hey, you're ugly as shit, but I'm glad you're here. Something kind of like that. But which I thought was interesting because that kind of goes against him hating everything that's either paranormal or, creature-esque, anything non-human. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So maybe Bridges' character isn't all bad. But when it comes to witches, we burn them all to the stake.
Yeah.
You
know what is another?
I'm a little bit confused with. Hold that thought. I'm a little bit confused with. So he was in love. Bridges' character was in love with Julianne Moore.
Yeah.
But yet
then she turned evil.
Is that what happened?
That's what happened. She was good. She was a good witch, and what he said is that she became as the world saw her. So the world feared her, and all of that. It just turned her into something. It turned her into what they saw her as.
Okay.
So she let the hatred and the fear of others turn her into the evil, power-hungry witch that she became. So he was like, okay, well, fuck off. I'm leaving.
Okay.
And so he left, and he found another woman.
Oh, okay.
Got married, and then Julianne Moore comes in, and she's like, oh, I ain't gonna let this happen.
And she kills his wife.
Right.
And that's when he's so bent on taking her out.
Well,
which again,
he still shows her mercy.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. But anyway, so you get this conflict. 40 people hanging out. You guys rock. You get this conflict of, oh well, in her coven, Julianne Moore's coven, she has I forgot the name of the actress, but she was in Man of Steel. But she, her daughter is Felissa Vikander. They're all witches, but she's in love with Ben Barnes, and he's supposed to be killing witches, but she's a witch. So you get that kind of conflict in there. But let's get to the finale. Was there anything else plot wise? Anything else you liked or disliked with?
It was just stock. It was just generic
stock fantasy, but not insulting.
The breeding pair were so bland that it's just like, all right, get on with it, but just don't drag this on too long. It was just, it just was there.
So again, the fast pace of the film, which we're usually against sometimes, because sometimes that ruins the movie.
Depending on.
But for this, it worked because
you don't want to be. You don't
want to be here too long.
You don't. There's certain irritants that you just don't want to be stuck in too long. Like if Rampage or Triple X had been like 2.5 hours, then it'd be like, no.
Right, you're milking it.
What I was going to say was another movie that I always forget as a good go-to example of fun trash.
Okay.
The Rock's Hercules.
That wasn't that bad.
That was kind of fun. And I got a little Ian McShane bonus.
Ian McShane was the best character in that movie.
But that was one of those Hercules. Where, especially when you look at the other Hercules that you have to work with, which we never talked about, that garbage. Now there's your good garbage and your absolute detestable, will never watch again garbage.
The Rock, Hercules, good, bad. Not great. Not a great movie, but good, bad. But
what was that? Kellen Lutz?
Was it Young Hercules? I forgot the name. Hercules. I forgot the name of it.
That was one with Scott Atkins.
But yeah, Scott Atkins with the fakest beard.
Oh.
You could see the glue. Like that's how fake his beard was. It was so bad.
Oh.
But that's bad.
Bye, John.
Have a good one, John.
Day or night, wherever you are.
Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit. 92AQ says he didn't see both movies mostly because of the reviews.
Yeah,
I'm sure. It's expected. It's expected.
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't recommend going out and seeking these movies out even for free.
But that's why you have us, because we're here to talk about it with you to see if you might be interested in what we're talking about. You never know, or you just like stay away. So that's basically the plot, right? They're trying to take down the witch, the big baddie, and her coven of minions, right? So now we get to the finale fight. Some of the action was okay. It was actually okay. You get some decent throwdowns in the end finale.
Yeah, you had the interesting conflict with the Alicia Vikander's mom's character, who was completely 100% loyal
to Julianne Moore,
to her witch.
Yeah,
and
that was pretty cool.
Alicia Vikander, she's spying for her mom, but at the same time, she's like, she's dangerous, and what is this? We're just going to be a slave to her. We're just in fear of her. This isn't, a good relationship, is what she's saying, basically. Right. And the mom is like, I would never do anything. I would never let her hurt you.
Right.
And you're like, yeah, but you're her minion. It's like, you're going to have to make a choice eventually. And they actually bring that back.
Yeah.
Which was like, okay, movie.
Yeah. Julianne Moore's character transforms into the dragon, and her dragon-esque character, and she's about to attack Vikander, and all of a sudden Vikander's mom's her dragon transformation comes out of nowhere and just smack, and then we kind of get a little bit of a dragon fight, kind of.
Yeah.
Which I was like, all right, that's kind of cool, because I thought she was full of shit. Like I was like,
it's like,
I'll protect you.
Yeah, it's like,
come on,
lady, what are you gonna do?
But it was kind of cool.
She tried. She did try. So I was like, okay.
Yeah. Okay, Han Solo's character kind of had like these Kratos-esque, God of War sword, kind of daggers, a little similar with chains. And he would whip them around like that. That was interesting. But here's where I was like, oh, that's a shame. Boo, boo, like straight out of the old lady from Princess Bride, boo, boo. So the forearm dude, the dude with the blades going around like he's Nightcrawler, okay, from X-Men with a whole bunch of swords, just going nuts. He jobs like he's like one of the first people to get killed, and he gets killed like horribly. Like he goes up to kill Vikander, and then all of a sudden he just gets stabbed from behind from Jigsaw. And it's just like, oh, come on, man. I was expecting at least some cool throwdown stuff.
Yeah.
But the action that was there, it kept us alert.
Mm-hmm.
We were paying attention, despite how bland and generic the movie is. Kelly says you are so cool.
Well, thank you. I don't know if I'm worthy of such a compliment. Thank you.
Wake the fuck up, Samurai. We have a movie to burn. So that just reminded me of Jonah Hex.
Oh.
Are we gonna have to talk about Jonah Hex?
Oh God.
Anyway. So things actually they're throwing down here. Can we stop this though? This movie trope needs to go, and chat, let me know, please, if you agree or not. But this trope needs to go. 45 people hanging out. You guys are badasses. This needs to end. You got the hero. You got the villain. They're meeting for the finale. The whole movie's leading up to this finale badass throwdown fight. And all of a sudden, the hero convinces the villain to fight with honor, and the villain complies. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop this, please. Chat, let me know. Let me know in the chat if you agree with this. This needs to stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Acno, I would love a Kratos movie if done right. Don't fuck it up. But the last bad rumor I heard, fake rumor I heard, was Gerard Butler was casted as Kratos, and I was like, I don't know if that doesn't sound like that's real news. Sounds like kind of fake. Anyway, back to the
nothing makes my eyes roll to the back of my head quicker than when that shit goes down.
Yes,
fight with honor, or you're gonna.
But the villain complies.
Yeah, I was like,
then
you deserve to die.
Yeah, then you deserve to die. This happens in Ballistic, which we just reviewed, and or talked about in our "Is It Really That Bad" episode. That happened in that. Revisiting Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes, it happened in that.
Oh.
It's like, come on, stop this. So anyway, Han Solo transforms into his big dragon. He's getting ready to kill, Bridges, who has no weapons or any magic or anything. And then Bridges is like, fight like a man, you pussy. Don't be a pussy. Right? And then all of a sudden he just transforms back as Han Solo, and then they fight, and then he kills him. And then right after he kills him, he goes, you should have stayed a dragon. Stop this. Stop doing this, action movies. Stop doing this. Stop. Unless the villain has a little, he goes along with it and has a little trick up his sleeve. Then he tries to attack. Then that's fine. Otherwise, anyway. So that was kind of the sword guy jobbing, the four-armed sword creature attacker guy. Him jobbing was kind of disappointing. And then I hope you guys realize I'm suffering for you guys. This is not Bonk's Adventure, huge bulbous size hat. I might pass out. I'm losing circulation right now.
You want me to take over for a bit?
You want to wear the hat?
I'll take over.
You want to wear the hat? Yeah. Holy shit. All right, here we go.
I'll take over for a bit.
Whoa. Lady Fat Blood's becoming a cowgirl. Watch out. You.
I used to ride.
She used to ride horses. No shit. Lady Fat Blood can ride horses. That's right. I
used to.
But you did, though.
I don't know. I wouldn't say can. That implies that I still could. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I don't know about
you
that.
Did. She did ride horses. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, shit. We might have to end the stream early, if you know what I mean. Anyway.
I'm getting some more coffee. Keep talking. You freaking.
Hey.
God.
Hey. It works.
Keep talking.
So anyway, we get to the finale. So anyway, pretty decent fighting, right? Not bad for a finale fight. Everybody throwing down. Minions, mini bosses, everybody throwing down. Ben Barnes has the staff of Gandalf, basically combined his mother's secret MacGuffin jewel that gives him extra power. And one of the things that Ben Barnes was able to do, because he's shun, he's able to see visions and predict things. So he is finally showing his worth. He wasn't useless at the end, so that was nice. A fluffy gamer, save a horse, ride a cowboy. This guy. You come on back. I'm waiting for you to sit down.
Keep talking.
Okay.
Oh
so we get to you gotta love being live, buddy.
Weirdo.
It's fun.
Oh my God, would you just finish your thought?
So I'm actually okay with the action, leading up to the big finale throwdown. Now, the whole movie has been marketing what throughout the ups and downs. The good guys getting the upper hand, the bad guys getting the upper hand. What is the theme of the whole movie? The theme of the whole movie is the chosen one must face the main villain in the throwdown. Like even Ben Barnes' character, his mother was even telling him, "You have to stop Julianne Moore. You have to do it. You're the chosen one." Blah blah blah. So the whole time, I'm waiting for this to happen, and so. Yeah, it was cool. We got the little dragon on dragon fight at the end. That was fine, but she ends up losing, obviously, and Julianne Moore gets the upper hand. So everyone's everyone's killed, everyone's dead. So who's left? So you kind of have a semi-injured Julianne Moore kind of crawling away, and I get it. She's I get it. She's injured a little bit from the dragon battle, but what is the movie kind of set up the whole time? Is our main hero has to face the main villain, whether it be Bridges. If Bridges did it, that's fine. Or if Ben Barnes did it, that would have been great. But unfortunately, I was boo, the movie at the very end because Bridges goes, "Leave her to me. I'm going to go in there.
I have to do this alone.
I got to do this alone."
Right.
So he goes in there. Julianne Moore is laying down, defenseless. He goes in there. He could kill her, but he still hesitates. And then she has the upper hand. So she's about to kill him. And then all of a sudden, Ben Barnes walks in, throws like a dagger, kills Julianne Moore's character, and that's the end of the movie.
Well, that's the end of that scene.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, it might as well be the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And I was just like, the whole movie's been building up to a throwdown. I was like, at least let's get a throwdown, at least between the main villain and the hero. Come on.
Well, we ran out of budget.
All
right.
That was really lame.
We used up all of our budget on that CGI with all those characters in the previous couple of scenes. So what are you going to do?
I don't know, man. Like, I don't care if it's a fight scene with weapons or something. I mean, or they're stunt doubles with weapons. 52 people hanging out. You guys rock. Yeah, so that was really, really disappointing for me. And I was actually at that point in the movie, I was actually on board. I wasn't amazed or blown away what was happening, but I was interested in, hey, I'm into it. Let's see what happens. And then, dagger, dead. You know what? You might be right. You might be onto something.
What?
Where they're just like, oh, it's time to end the movie now. I ran out of budget. It doesn't make sense.
Oh,
we should have had some kind of finale fight with the main villain and the main hero.
They wanted. It seemed to me that they wanted the Jeff Bridges character and the Julianne Moore character to have that moment.
That's fine.
Dialogue at the end, and she's already clearly very badly injured.
That's fine.
And
I get it
because he'd forgiven her. He was gonna kill her, but it wasn't with hate in his heart that he was gonna do it. It's like, okay, it's fine. Just end already.
It was lame. It was really lame.
Yeah.
That was my biggest pet peeve of the film. Like, I got over the horrible British acting with the horrible Charleston Chew going on.
Yeah.
But that's unacceptable in my opinion, man. Like, come on. It's like, as much as people bash on the Conan the Barbarian movie with Momoa, at least Momoa had an infight with Stephen Lang. I mean, you got it. This is the bare necessities.
Well,
look for the bare.
Hey!
Sorry.
Jesus.
We're gonna get a copyright claim.
Dude, and it's the big D. So the big D will F you in the A. They will do it.
Yeah. So, standard stock fantasy film overall. Some wonky CGI, some decent CGI, some solid action here and there. Very forgettable, but harmless, and it didn't really piss us off.
Right.
We didn't get pissed off.
Even though you were irritated with the ending. Despite
me booing the end finale fight.
Right.
So that's our thoughts on The Seventh Son. So it's not high art. We've seen way worse fantasy films, but we've seen way better, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But is The Seventh Son, is it really that bad or as low as the Rotten Tomato critics are giving it a 12%?
Meaning that of all the critics that reviewed it, that many people hated it.
Pretty much.
That's what it means.
So is it
aggregate?
Is it that low? I'm gonna say no.
It's not a 12% because
No.
we've seen bottom of the barrel.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But it's not much higher.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's maybe
in the 20s.
Maybe 20.
If I'm being generous, 30%.
But
maybe
it is,
if I'm being generous.
It is at 5.5 on IMDb, and I think that's kind of fair.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of fair.
Yeah.
It's just that middle of the road where it's like, you got some fun stuff, but it's still just so generic. And
Michael Gonzalez is giving it a 20%. If any of you guys seen Seventh Son, let us know in chat what you guys would rank it under the Rotten Tomatoes ranking. But yeah, 12% is a little bit too low. We've seen way worse fantasy films.
I mean, people
like a Dungeon Siege. Ray Liotta.
Yeah, I think
Goodfellas.
People forget about
played a sorcerer.
I think people forget. Some people forget that Uwe Boll films used to go to theaters. Yeah, like they used to get like fairly wide releases, even if they were in January, the dumping ground of the year. Mm-hmm. That used to be a thing, and his movies are. They're pretty much not as low as you can get, but they're pretty damn freaking low.
Right.
Like especially in terms of actively spitting on the audience that he's making it for. Right. Because that's what he did. He loved the fact that he was making movies based off of properties and just destroying them and not giving a shit. Right. Like he loved that he was doing that and making fans mad. He ate that shit up. So, when you have a filmmaker that is actively trying to destroy something that if you have a personal investment in it and you love it, like that's even more trash cinema. Right. Like that's an even deeper cut of a trash cinema. This isn't on that level. No. Like I don't think the people who made this, knowing that it was based off of a book, actively set out to piss off any fans of the book. Like I don't get that impression.
Right. Michael Gonzalez gives it 20%. Let's see. Dark Gable agrees. He says the ending sucked. Let's see here. Let me get another one. He says it's not the worst thing I have ever seen, but not the greatest. Mm-hmm. Dark Gable also says seen both movies. He said you give them both 25%. Tribal Chief goes with 20%. Yeah, it's not great, but it's not as low as 12. That's a little a little ridiculous.
We've bought worse.
Yes, we have. So, Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah. Oh, Omegon gave it a 45%. All right. Man, we got a lot of R.I.P.D fans in the chat tonight. This is going to be interesting.
Well, you won't be fans of us in a minute.
Probably not after what we have to say. Well, we'll see. 58 people hanging out, man. Thanks again for watching and liking the video. You guys rock. We really appreciate it. Let's see. Sci-Fi Century, what's going on, brother? He goes, Seventh Son is 50% better than The Detention. That's for sure. Yeah. It's way better than Dolph Lundgren's Detention, which we did review on the channel, by the way, if you're curious. Oh, dear. Dolph Lundgren as a teacher, fighting bad guys in a high school. Sounds like it'd be the greatest movie ever, but unfortunately it wasn't. But yeah, so everyone's pretty much on board here. Acne Goji gives it 50. Okay, like there is stuff to like. Like it's in some parts I can't. Like I said, despite the ridiculous accent and the way he was talking with Charleston Chew, I kind of had fun with the Bridges character a little bit. Now, did we have fun with the Bridges character and R.I.P.D? Oh boy! All right, so we're probably going to get a lot of hate right now, but it's okay. It's why you're here. Hey, like we said earlier, if you guys enjoy these movies, especially R.I.P.D, if you're big fans, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. But we're just talking about what we thought about it. We watched it yesterday. 60 people hanging out. What? 60 badasses. You guys are awesome. Let's see. Dixon says, you guys are rad. I found you on the Joker trailer reaction video, and I've stayed ever since. Well, thank you. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate you hanging out with us knuckleheads here. Goodness. Tribal Chief says, R.I.P.D is too low. I would say 35%. That's solid. Oh, boy. That's very solid. Here's the thing. Before we get into it, I was actually going to tell you this after we watched the movie that I could see people enjoying it. I could see people watching that and enjoying it.
R.I.P.D.
Yeah,
okay.
I would say R.I.P.D. at best is a good time waster. Not for us, but for other people out there. I could see people sitting down. That was all right. That was fun. I could see people enjoying it as a good time waster.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see here. Okay. R.I.P.D. is so good. All right, here we go.
Well,
so based off a comic book. So this is a comic book film.
Yeah, and again, full disclosure.
Yeah.
When we saw the trailer for the film many years ago, the first thing we said,
2013.
The first thing we said was, "This looks like a Men in Black ripoff."
It does. And not only did it look like a Men in Black ripoff, it felt like a Men. I mean, it literally is a Men in Black ripoff. I mean, even down to some of the music cues tried to sound lighthearted like Men in Black with a lot of bass in there. And the problem, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Maybe the movie did a very great. We are not aware of the comic book. Like, we're aware of the comic book, but we're not familiar with it. Is what I'm trying to say.
We know it
exists.
So
maybe the movie,
we never read it.
Yeah, maybe the movie did a great job representing the comic book. So we're if it did that, then props. The problem we had with our R.I.P.D. is we had really low expectations, and we kind of remember that trailer not being great. But it just didn't. All right, I'm gonna be honest. I'm coming out right now. It didn't work for me.
No,
it just did not.
And it
didn't work.
I had a really bad, like, knee-jerk reaction to the first 15 minutes of this movie alone. I was not in it. I was not having it.
No.
Unfortunately, okay. Come at me. It's cool. Come at me. I'm fine. I'm fine with it. You want to hate? Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah.
I am not the biggest Ryan Reynolds fan.
Right.
Okay. I've never been the biggest Ryan Reynolds. I don't hate him.
Yeah.
But I've never, like, when he made comedies back in the day, I was never big on them.
Yeah.
When he was announced as Deadpool, I was like, the real Deadpool, not the fake pool, Brockapool that we got in X-Men Origins. Right. Oh, why am I still wearing this?
What? He wore a cowboy hat in this movie.
Oh, Jesus, he did. Oh, fuck. I forgot. He totally did. And it was like a major character thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was like, well, that's perfect for him, playing Deadpool, the real Deadpool.
Yeah.
And he crushed Deadpool. But
did a good job as Deadpool.
The problem that I have with Ryan Reynolds, I'm sorry, and I haven't seen, I know he did I know he's done a couple of drama pieces, but I haven't seen them. So just take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Every movie that I have seen him in,
right,
he has played Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
He's Ryan Reynolds. And right out of the gate, we're shown this action scene in an attempt to grab the audience because we can't sit there and absorb what's going on. At least when Men in Black did it, it was relevant to the story. But we're literally being shown a movie that's a scene in the film that's going to take place later in the film with Ryan Reynolds' narration over it.
Right.
And it's like, that's cheap. Right. That was a cheap, like, oh, come on, audience, we need to get your attention. And then we're immediately smash cut to him and his wife, I guess.
Right. Didn't give a shit about her.
Which I
didn't I didn't really care. I just didn't really care.
The movie so quickly.
You must like both of them. You must care about them and what's happening.
So quickly was trying.
Who are they? We don't know who they are.
Just because they're in love and they're a couple.
Yeah, who gives a shit? It's like, we don't know. There are no characters in this movie. That's the problem with this movie. There's no characters. We have Vanilla One, concerned, angry Vanilla, who teams up with old crusty veteran Vanilla. There's no characters in this movie. Yeah. We get a little bit of backstory, just a little bit of backstory. Yeah. Oh, and then you have Kevin Bacon, who's wasted in this movie, who's evil Vanilla.
Yeah.
So we got concerned Vanilla, evil Vanilla, and old crusty veteran Vanilla.
And then bitchy Vanilla.
And bitchy Vanilla. There's no characters. We don't know anything about anyone.
And what scraps they throw at you, they're so one-dimensional that they're like the barest bones of character scraps that they throw at you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, for me, I'm just like, I just don't care. It's like, I just didn't care. I'm sorry. So like right out of that, like again, when I'm introduced to a movie and 10 to 15 minutes in, I'm already irritated. That's never a good sign. And the irritation never really let up for me.
No,
I never.
The only time I stopped being now here's the thing. There are moments that I did like in R.I.P.D. And then, even though, and that's only because Jeff Bridges, even though he has no character, and you get a little bit of backstory, but you don't really know anything about him or what makes him tick. It's just that the actor himself kind of would do things once in a while that were kind of making me laugh a little bit. Like, they're okay. So let's get to the plot. Hold on a second, guys. Then I can bring up the cast too.
That's not good when we're already just angry rambling.
Yeah,
that's not a good sign.
Yeah, it's not good.
We need to focus our thoughts.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to this. That's why I'm going in here right now.
We need to take a breath and focus.
Rob just came back. He's like, "What I missed? Did they talk about Avatar yet?"
Oh my god!
All right, here we go. For those of you who have not seen R.I.P.D., so the plot is a recently slain cop joins a team of undead. Joins a team of undead police officers working for the Rest in Peace Department and tries to find the man who murdered him. Now, the whole movie, Tribal Chief said there's a plot. What the fuck? The whole movie?
Rob, stop it.
He's not going to stop till it's done. He's going to have his way. All right. I will give the movie props with this. Despite a few moments that made me chuckle. There were a few moments that made me chuckle, but we'll get to that in a minute. But there's a good thing about the movie, and there's a bad thing about the movie overall. Akno Goji said there's a bunch of vanilla ice cream in this movie. The good thing about the movie, the vibe from beginning to end, is that, what did we say when we got done watching it? This would have made a great TV show. Right?
Yeah.
Because it has almost a TV show-like feel. However, that's also a negative against the movie, because we're here to watch a big-budget movie that was released in 3D. We're here to watch a big-budget movie, not something that feels like a TV episode. Because that's what this felt like a little bit. If you take all the CGI out of it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that kind of worked against it, But here's some of the moments I like. So Kevin Bacon. So as soon as you're introduced to Kevin Bacon, you're like, oh, vanilla villain, like right away, like right at the beginning of the movie. Like they're not trying to hide anything.
As soon as he opened his mouth, I was like, oh,
villain.
He's the villain.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
And so 5 minutes later, when he turns on Ryan Reynolds, because they did a drug bust, they found gold, right? So instead of hey, those criminals were going to use that gold to do criminal things, we're going to use it for us and support our family and get rich and all that. Why not? Why shouldn't we look out for us? Yeah. So then Reynolds is like, you know what? I just thought about my wife again for some reason, even though I've been married to her this whole time, and thinking about her. You know what? This is a bad idea. So he tells Bacon, you know what? I'm just going to turn my gold in, but you can do what you want. Baconator's like, no, we okay. He goes along with it. He's like, all right, I feel bad too. I'm going to give my gold away too. And literally 5 minutes after we're introduced to the Baconator, we have this action sequence. Now here is where I was like, they're trying really hard in this movie. The director's trying everything in his power to make sure the audience is not asleep. With all these camera angles and shifting and zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom up, zoom down, 3D special effects, Matrix, slow motion 3D. Like there was so much. I don't know how many times we had a character look like this way and look at something, and then all of a sudden the camera goes zoom all the way over there, showing the characters go back at them, and then zoom back this way. It's like the director's trying hard. I got to do whatever I can to make this an exciting romp.
Yeah.
And you could tell. And if they're doing that right off the bat, and we don't care about what's going on. We don't know who the fuck Ryan Reynolds' character is. He doesn't have one. And then 5 minutes after introduced to the villain, 5 minutes later, the villain, the Baconator comes out and busts a cap in Concerned Vanilla, he falls out, and then the movie's trying to make it like, oh, this is this big betrayal reveal. Motherfucker, we already knew that he was the villain 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
We already knew he was going to shoot Concerned Vanilla. Right. We knew evil villain was going to shoot Concerned Villain. But the movie's like, you know, and I was just like, okay. So he goes up to the ghost world or whatever the fuck of Men in Black bootleg ripoff bullshit. We meet the actress. What's her name? That's her name already. It doesn't matter. You know what?
Mary-Louise.
Fuck it.
Okay.
We meet. What is it? Sassy Vanilla? What'd you call it?
Vanilla.
Bitch Vanilla. That for some reason wears big long go-go boots, and I guess that's a turn on. Women's ankles is a turn on for Jeff Bridges, I guess. Like, that's a shame that girl wearing them go-go boots, you know what I'm saying, covering up her ankles. Anyway, yeah, so big budget 3D movie, guys. So anyway, so I was confused. I couldn't, what vibe, what tone besides ripping off Men in Black? What is this movie going for? I guess buddy cop action comedy, I guess. But every time bitchy Vanilla was around, I'm looking at her character like, what is this character? There is no character, but I'm just like, is she a nonstop bitchy?
Red Eclipse Films.
What?
Avatar versus Lady Cowblood Dawn of Migraines. You just won, mister.
Wow, you get the golden star.
Good job. Well done. Thank you.
ETN, is there any chocolate in this movie? so much vanilla.
Everyone's talking about ice cream now.
And Baconators. Everyone wants to go to everyone's going to Wendy's right
We're
now.
all hungry now. Thanks.
Sorry.
Good job.
Oh, so anyway, so he gets recruited, you know, but like back to bitchy Vanilla. Why the whole movie? She's bitchy. I'm in charge, bitchy Vanilla. And then all of a sudden, when they come across this MacGuffin, right? This MacGuffin is like, oh, the evil deados are looking for the MacGuffin to basically break the gap between the spirit world and our world and free all the deados, right? You still with me? Big budget 3D movie. Okay, so anyway, she's bitchy Vanilla, but the whole time she's explaining, she's explaining, oh no, they have the MacGuffin. Why was she moving like a go-go dancer? Can you explain that to me? Chat? Could someone explain, Dark Gable, I smell bacon. Could someone explain to me why the whole movie she's bitchy, strong, and then all of a sudden she's like, yeah, and then they go this way, you know, and then they must have ran that way, and she's like moving like a go-go dancer, but that was never revisited again. That was not like her thing. Was her character kind of a go-go dancer in the comic book? Could help me. Why is nobody? Anyway. But again, you have that, right? But then you have moments where. So anyway, just to make a long story short, Ryan Reynolds agrees to be recruited to go on this mission to basically earn his freedom, I guess.
What?
Earn it. Well, you know what I mean. Earn it. Does he earn coming back? No. He earns. No. I'm sorry. He doesn't risk being judged.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I'm sorry.
You're given a choice.
Right.
Because he was a bad, even though, because, you know, in American cinema, when you have a good guy that you're rooting for, he has to be squeaky clean. That's why he was giving up the gold. So even though he wasn't really a bad cop because he was going to give the gold back, he's still going to be viewed as a bad cop.
Right.
So you're going to get sent to judgment, or you work for the R.I.P.D. until your sentence is whatever forgiven.
Okay.
And then you're not going to whatever. Bridges at the end, it's revealed, oh, we're going to add 53 years to your term. You have to work for us for 53 more years or whatever the hell number that she threw out. Yeah. So they're there for a specific amount of time until they're considered worthy, I guess. I'm assuming a bit here. But anyway.
Thank you. Thank you for getting back on track because I was losing track there.
Well,
so anyway.
All this food talk.
Okay, damn it. What did I start here? We have Acno go. Baconator and vanilla ice cream sounds good right now.
I agree.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I got us all hungry. God damn it. So anyway.
So Pat Maori Viking and a lady cowboy walking. Oh my God, what's happening?
What's your sign, baby?
Oh my God.
Anyway, let me look at your ankles.
Oh my God.
Let me check those ankles out.
Hey, maybe on the third date, okay.
Anyway, so when the dead officers come from the spirit world and they're in our world to investigate and do their thing, the R.I.P.D. basically they have a disguise mechanism over them, right? And this is why I was like, actually was paying attention and I was actually laughing. And I know what you guys were thinking. Oh, it's because, you know, the hot blonde chick that, you know, was Jeff Bridges' disguise. That's what made you pay attention. No, I was laughing my ass off when Ryan Reynolds' disguise was James Hong. James Hong, that's right, Lo Pan from Big Trouble in Little China. Yes. Was Ryan Reynolds' disguise. So anytime Ryan Reynolds is running around with a gun, it's little, you know, up in the age, James Hong, Lo Pan from Big Trouble in Little China with a banana. Because that's what people on Earth see. And I was laughing at that. I actually got a kick out of that. That was funny.
This is where I was really, really confused.
Yeah.
I was really confused about this whole premise, not because the movie was confusing, but because, okay, so not only do we have the initial evident ripoff, you know, apparent ripoff, I should say, because we don't know. I don't know which came first. I don't know if R.I.P.D. came first or if Men in Black came first.
Right.
I don't know how close the comic book of R.I.P.D. actually resembles Men in Black. For all I know,
good point.
They could just have been following a formula that, like, hey, let's make something like Men in. Let's turn this into something that resembles Men in Black.
Right.
I don't know. You know, things happen. You don't know what the actual circumstances that led up to this, you know, plot or the world, the feel, everything.
Yeah.
But this movie was already clearly. It was too much like Men in Black. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I've seen this before. I've seen it done better.
Right.
I'm sorry, but the first Men in Black movie, it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And the CG for the time.
We're talking about the first
one.
Men in Black.
The first one.
Only.
Yeah. So I'm already like confused because I'm like, we clearly have this Men in Black ripoff. I'm not going to say inspired because it's like, no, this is Men in Black. Okay. Just for dead people.
Right.
But then they bring in these plot points from the series. There was a series back in the day, the early 2000s, called Dead Like Me.
Dead Like Me.
It was only 2 seasons long. I believe it first aired on Showtime, I think.
Yeah.
Now I love this show, even though it had a lot of issues behind the scenes with Brian Fuller. You know, Brian Fuller, that guy can never catch a break with his TV shows. Half the time, it seems like, poor guy. And he left like after like just a couple of episodes. He created the show, he helped, you know, set up the world and the rules, and he ended up leaving because his vision and everything that he wanted to do was being like overridden and it just wasn't working out. And so he's like, okay, see ya. And so, but the show kept going on without him. And you can see certain things that were set up that got dropped. But in Dead Like Me, you have this setup where you die.
Mm-hmm.
And some people become Grim Reapers.
Right.
And the Grim Reapers are responsible for retrieving the souls of humans. And in the case of the main character, George, and the people that she's involved with, the crew that she's involved with, their Grim Reaper division pops out the souls of like traumatic deaths so that the soul doesn't feel anything when the body dies. Well, one of the things that comes along with the Grim Reapers in that world is that they have avatars, so that if you're in the same area that you died in, people that you know, that you knew in your past life, can't recognize you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you try to go and speak to these people, which is not allowed, but if you break the rules and you try to go
ahead.
Okay. If you break the rules and you try to go speak to people that you knew, like family and friends and whatnot, what you try to say is going to come out as gibberish and they're not going to understand you and you're just going to freak them out and you're going to make things worse.
Right.
Tell me why this exact element showed up in this movie. Verbatim almost with the avatars and Jeff Bridges told him if you try to talk to them, it's going to come out as garbled gibberish and they're not going to understand. I'm like, oh my God, it's Dead Like Me.
Maybe the comic book was like that too. Like I said, we're not familiar with the comic book.
So then I had that to contend with. Then it's like, okay, so I've got a Men in Black and a Dead Like Me mishmash, and I don't like either of it.
No. Mr. L, thank you for a donation again. Vanilla is my rating for R.I.P.D. Bland and basic.
Anyway.
73 people.
Oh my goodness.
Lord.
Hey.
They know Rob's here.
Yeah.
Kevin, we love you too, bud. But yeah, so it's just like the charm of Dead Like Me was used in here, but it just wasn't used to good effect. And same thing, like the good moments of Men in Black. I hate to say this. I enjoyed Men in Black 3 over this.
Yeah.
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 Because Josh Brolin imitating a young what's his name? Tommy Lee Jones
yeah.
was more entertaining than anything that any of the characters did in this movie.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Now, at first, I was willing to forgive the big cartoony look of all the Deados. I was going to forgive that because I looked at some of the comic book panels, the covers, and the artwork is very animated. It's very cartoony. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's what they were going for. So when we watch them hunt these Deados and go on this action adventures, buddy cop style, the CGI was cringe, man. Cringe, like really bad.
Yeah, I know it was 2013 and all, but
really bad. Like so bad to the point where I was like, you know what they should have just fucking did? They should have just made, if they were going to keep that CGI animation, they should have just made the whole movie a CGI animated movie.
Right. And
just have Bridges and Reynolds do voice acting for their characters. I would have probably accepted that better, but it just didn't look right, man.
Sci-Fi Century, don't you dare start up with me with Avatar now. Don't you start in on this. I'm sick of this. I'm feeling picked on right now. I don't like this at all.
Baconator is my rating for R.I.P.D. God, you know what? We gotta hurry up and get the stream over so we can go run and get some. I don't know. We're trying to be good. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see. So it just now here's the thing is I like Ryan Reynolds more than she does. I think he's funny. Yeah, he kind of plays the same type of character, but it works for him. And in Deadpool, he was perfect. Unfortunately for this movie, in our opinion, this would be his fourth bad comic book film. So you have X-Men Origins, right? Blade Trinity, Green Lantern, and now R.I.P.D. So he's very lucky he's got the Deadpool franchise. But some of the action's okay, even though they're shooting at cartoons. Some of it's all right. You get a little bit of gunplay here and there. But Bridges, like I said, even though he doesn't have a character, he would do little things throughout the movie that kind of did make me chuckle. Like, because, they can't, if say they jump out of a building and land on the ground, they're not going to die, but it's still going to hurt. So they're chasing after one Deado, and he dives through the glass of the building and goes down in the next building, keeps running. Well, Reynolds is like, well, I'm not fucking jumping. And all of a sudden, Bridges runs and tackles him through, and they start falling down together, and Bridges is riding him on the way down. Like little things it made me smirk. Like it made me go, little things like I got a smirk out of that. I was like, okay. Or that one scene that was like the best line in the whole movie. I don't remember the line verbatim, but Reynolds is all sad because his wife doesn't recognize him because he looks like James Hong. And then all of a sudden, Bridges is telling him, trying to let him know, look, you're not the only one that has it bad, okay? When I revisited my carcass when I died, wolves were, taking chunks out of me. Plus, when they got down to the skull, they were making love to it. They call it different. There's a saying for what that's called today. Like, again, I got a little smirk. I was like, okay, it's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. But as talented as both of these guys are, and we all know Bridges. We all know Bridges is a legend. They didn't have chemistry, in my opinion.
Right.
They didn't have characters. They didn't have chemistry. Old crusty vanilla, concerned vanilla. And there was, Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith had chemistry. Whether you like Men in Black or not, it worked. It just worked.
Oh, Tribal Chief just put a horrifying thought in my head.
Oh, what did he say? What is it? What did he say?
Jeff Bridges should have sang for Creed. The Rock.
Creed?
Oh my God. When you are with me, I'm free. Okay. No copyright.
That would have made it. That would have made this the greatest movie ever if that was in that.
Oh my god!
With arms wide open.
Oh my god!
Oh
I
god!
don't want to think about that.
That's
anymore.
it. No, we can't stop thinking about it now. Okay, so again, a lot of fast camera movement. Got to take advantage of that 3D. Make sure the audience is awake. Is there anything else? We just watched.
The big twist.
Okay,
the big twist.
Help me
not
here.
only is Baconator the villain, but he's been dead this whole time.
Oh, he's a deado. Yeah,
that's why he's working with the deados, and
right.
he's trying to get all these gold pieces. That's why he really wanted the gold. It wasn't for the money. He wanted to get the gold
to create the MacGuffin,
right?
That made bitchy vanilla go dance for no reason,
right? So that was kind of like a twist, I guess.
But what's stupid though is when he revealed his true deado form, he looked just like Kevin Bacon,
except
so like
except with shitty CGI enhancements.
Yeah, so they look like cartoons, man. Sexy Sumo's in the house. I love the hat. Yeah.
Well, thank you, partner. I will never do that again. I'm sorry.
No, please do it. Anyway, hey, assault. Anyway, so anyway,
adorable.
Back to R.I.P.D. So, is there anything else before we wrap it up?
No, because the movie for me was just they
besides James Hong comedy and the few moments here and there that kind of made me laugh a little bit.
The thing that it's like the James Hong and then the chick, the avatar for Jeff Bridges. A literal running gag throughout the film was that every single man in existence found had to turn around and whistle at her or hit on her.
Yeah, and the hot blonde was his avatar.
It went from being a chuckle to okay, we get it. Okay,
it kept going to the whole movie kept going all the way.
And there were moments where I was almost like, to be honest, I would rather have seen the movie with James Hong and the hot chick throughout the whole film.
Yeah,
to be honest,
I was waiting for them to transition to them in action sequences because that would have been hilarious.
Because they're
there's moments where you see them get thrown around, but I want to see them in a full-fledged action sequence. They're chasing the deados, and you see James Hong running, jumping, and leaping, and shooting a banana. Or the blonde doing crazy shit, acting like Jeff Bridges and shit, like in an action sequence, in a full-fledged action sequence.
Yeah. But
they didn't take advantage of their own shtick, their own gag that they introduced. They didn't take advantage of.
Yeah, it's like they would cut to them at random. Sometimes they would cut to them for reasons that it's because that's what people are seeing. But then sometimes they would just cut to them, and it's like, stop it. I'd rather just watch them throughout. Just cut to them.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, just cut.
It would have been hilarious.
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
The highest praise I can give this movie is what I mentioned earlier is, again, it's okay if you guys like the film, but the highest praise I can give it is, at best, it's a good time waster movie. You want to sit down, you want to watch an action movie, a buddy cop movie with it's a sci-fi setting. Fine, you'll get through it. You might like it a little bit.
You might like it more than we did.
That's the best praise I can give the movie. So, other than that, though, it's so vanilla that I just watched this yesterday, and there's parts of it I've already forgotten. I needed your help to remind me what the fuck is happening. So, is it as low
13%
as 13%? Be honest. Be honest.
Is
it that bad?
I can't be objective on this. I can't.
It's hard to defend.
I can't look back and try to separate my irritation because I was so irritated throughout the film.
Yeah, if I'm still we're still irritated right now talking about it.
So it's so what is it? Let's see. It's
13%.
But it's 5.6. So this one got literally a point above
Seventh Son.
Yeah, in both aspects. 5.6 on IMDb.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Seventh Son more.
Yeah.
I just
to each his own.
But if you put the gun to my head right now and said, which one are you gonna watch again?
Yeah, I bought both of these movies.
Yeah, like we said with Seventh Son, he's bought worse.
Yeah, but at least there's some good bad moments in, Seventh Son that can kind of make me laugh.
Yeah.
There's really no reason at all for me to revisit Concerned Vanilla teaming up with old crusty Vanilla to fight evil Vanilla, yelled at by bitchy Vanilla. There's really no reason for us to revisit it. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna leave it at 13%.
Concerned Vanilla's.
I'm gonna leave it there. Sorry, guys.
Concerned Vanilla's married to French Vanilla.
Okay. This is now we are all fucking hungry.
Boom.
We're all hungry now.
Oh my!
This review has made everybody want to go out, get some ice cream and a Baconator.
Oh no.
So again, if you guys liked it, then we're glad. We're happy you got enjoyment out of it. But it's just like for us, this movie has absolutely no value. It has no value. Have we seen worse? Yes. Ballistic X versus Sever was a 0%. Fuck that movie, and it deserves to be a 0. So there's worse. But yeah.
I didn't. I didn't have fun.
So let us know, chat. Now it is your turn. If you guys have not said already, we're going to read your comments now and still talk about movies for a little bit longer, not too long. Might be a short one tonight. But let us know what you would have rated under the Rotten Tomatoes rating score. R.I.P.D. Be honest. If you enjoyed it, then that's great. Baconator, brother. Vanilla.
Sexy Sumo just had
Gilbert says the 13% is just about right for R.I.P.D. What did Sexy Sumo say?
He just had Farmer Boys.
Oh,
we hate you.
I had a salad earlier today. It had chicken in it.
Oh,
at least it has some chicken.
You know what?
Oh no, curfew's at what, 10 o'clock?
Yeah. You know what?
We have time. Well, we'll just work out tomorrow, man.
Yeah, and that's totally how that works.
Yeah.
Mr. L, have you finished it yet?
Which one is it?
Cobra Kai season 3.
That's
coming.
Do not give me spoilers, guys.
It hasn't. Yeah.
70 people hanging out. You guys rock. I have not finished Cobra Kai season 3 yet, so no spoilers for me, okay?
Yeah, I started it and I had to take a nap because I'm an old lady.
But don't forget Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Me, Rob from Entertainment Talk Nation, Retro Leo, we're going to talk about it with spoilers and all that.
Well, screw you, Rob.
What do you say?
He had spiral ham. No, he was prime rib and spiral ham. Well, you know what?
Ooh.
Fine. Good for you. Good for you.
Torturing us. Reddit Clips gives R.I.P.D. 25%. That's solid. Seven Son 30. Yeah. That's a good one. Will you guys do a review of the Clash of the Titans remake and Wrath of the Titans? Ooh.
Have fun.
You have not seen them. I have.
I've seen the first one.
You have?
Yeah,
really?
But the second one I didn't see. No, you showed me the first one. But the second one
I don't even remember.
The second one I haven't seen.
Okay. Orlando gives it a 3. Yeah, sure. That's average. 3 out of 5.
Well, thank you.
Unless it's a 3 out of 10.
Thank you, Reddit Clips. Thank you.
What do you say? Oh.
I don't know.
Okay, now Tribal Chief saying sirloin steak medium rare right now. It's become food. This is the food.
Oh my god.
This is the food stream now.
Oh my god.
Let's see how hungry we can make Phat Samurai Guy. Lady Phat Blood.
Now we've done it. You're the one who brought up vanilla.
Clash is meh.
Oh, thank you, Connor Mack.
I think I bought both of them. I bought Clash and Wrath. The original Clash of the Titans is one of my favorite kids' movies growing up. So I didn't like it as much as the original, but I think I was okay with them. But it might be worth revisiting, though. If not with her, I'll have to pick somebody else to revisit it, though. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's see here. Hot dogs and seafood, baby.
Oh my god.
Hot dogs and seafood.
That's a very interesting combination.
Rob says this happens on his stream to talk about food. Ooh, Immortals thoughts.
Okay, only seen it once. That was one of those movies where we saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
And then we bought the Blu-ray. Never watched it again.
We never watched it. So we've had the Blu-ray for what, 5 years?
I remember it was very very stylized.
Yeah.
I thought there were some things that were very interesting with the gods involved.
Right.
But it wasn't that Cavill?
It was Henry Cavill.
That was Vanilla Cavill.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the vanilla. He was still kind of, this is pre-Superman, yeah?
No, I want shrimp Alfredo
This is pre-Man of Steel, I think.
Yes.
Yes. So, yeah, it was, well, I'll look it up.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Red Eclipse, steak and potato. No, this is great.
Oh, my God.
You told ribeye steak for Jonathan. Oh, great. Yeah.
2011 was Immortals. So yeah. Oh wow, that has a higher percentage of both of the films that we just watched.
What is it?
46%. I'm surprised by that.
I'm stunned. Rotten Tomatoes gave Immortals that high.
I am too.
Of a rating.
I do remember. Like I said, I remember really enjoying like the gods aspect.
Yeah.
Because some of them threw down at one point.
Well,
Luke Evans. Like I didn't know who Luke Evans was at the time. That was my introduction to Luke Evans. That was my introduction to Henry Cavill. We had it was okay, but I just remember there was something about it that was just like
it just didn't mesh well.
Just didn't lead me to ever watch it again, even though we bought it.
It was
weird.
All the action at the end.
And then we ended up with a sword. Somebody gave us a sword from Immortals. It's in the garage. We never displayed it. We have
a sword from
I'll be right back.
Oh wow. I didn't even know we had this. All right. Okie dokie. I agree 300 was better, but there was something about like the fight when Luke Evans, when it was the Titans, I think it was the Titans, right? I think Titans against the gods at the end. That was fucking badass. That was cool. There was a fight when Henry Cavill was in front of the army underneath the bridge, I think, or the castle, and he was fighting a whole bunch of dudes. There was some really good action there. But the one on, oh my God, I had no idea we had this. The one-on-one fight with Cavill and Mickey Rourke sucked.
I don't remember who.
Stephen Dorff was fun.
I don't remember who gave this to us.
All right, we had a movie memorabilia to something we never watched again.
It was funny.
It must have been a gift.
Yeah, no, somebody gave this to us. I think they got it at an auction. I don't remember if it was
Wow, this is beautiful.
But the only reason we never displayed it, and it's actual from Immortals. It's from the
Dude,
movie. It's actual.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, you can. Sorry.
Don't kill me on camera.
There you go. You can actually. The only reason we never displayed it, and you can see the sheath. The sheath is beautiful. Very nice.
Look at that.
I never hung it up because of this odd contraption that you can actually use to strap it to yourself. And
it's pretty good weight to it.
I would not display this without its sheath. And it's just, this is too awkward to actually like. So it's been in its box for like 10 years.
Show the guard and the handle for chat. I can see that.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool. No, you're right. Look, it says it right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right here. The gods need a hero. Immortals.
Yeah.
You can see let's see if we can get see it right there. There you go. Wow.
Yeah, that's been the garage like for this forever.
Cool.
Yeah. We've had this.
Wow, I had no idea we own that.
But it's just being able to display it has been the issue.
Yeah. Wow. Thanks for the donation, Mr. L. Have you guys seen Netflix's Kingdom? The zombies in feudal Korea, one of the better zombie shows I've seen in years. We've heard nothing but good things about that. That's in the queue. Like it's definitely in the queue. Thanks for the reminder, though, Mr. L. We have the movie that I always screw up the name.
What?
With the Korean zombies, but it's a period piece. I always screw the name up.
Period piece with zombies?
Yeah, we owned the movie for several years on Blu-ray. That's what happens in this house.
I tell you, we haven't watched it.
Nope.
No.
You know which one I'm talking about, Mr. L. It's a zombie movie, Korean zombie movie, and it's basically like Kingdom, but it's a film, and it came out before the Kingdom series came out. I can't think of the name. Maybe you guys can help me out. What was the worst film you watched? Recently?
Yeah, we don't have.
Hold on.
We don't necessarily have
catch up here. All right. Chat likes the sword. No, it's not Peninsula. Thank you, Trado. Thank you. Rampant. Yeah. I heard that was cool too. But yeah, no, thanks for the reminder though. It's in the queue. We just need to watch it. I heard it was badass. And there's a brand new show on Netflix right now that looks really good. And we keep forgetting the name. Maybe you guys can help us out. But it's Korean. There's tons of monsters everywhere. There's like an apartment complex, and they're fighting against the monsters. It looks like a blast. It looks like a lot of fun. I can't think of the name right now, but you guys you'll just let me know in chat. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Let's see here.
Sweet Home?
Sweet Home, is that what it is? I think that might be it. That looks like fun, man. There's all kinds of monsters and creatures in that. A lot better, a lot more interesting than R.I.P.D.
Oh, dear.
Train to Busan was good popcorn fun, but I'm sure everyone and their mothers have seen it already. Oh, we've seen Train to Busan. And I made a rant video on Peninsula. So if you haven't seen it, prepare for comedy and rage. You want to see me upset, really legitimately angry, then watch my review on Peninsula. Somebody asked about that we should talk about Gods of Egypt, but we already actually reviewed Gods of Egypt many years ago. So if you want to check out our video, you can check that out.
Yeah,
Sweet Home. Yeah, thank you guys for clarifying.
Oh, let me...
ETN, but not Avatar.
Stop it. I hear you. This is how much I enjoy Gods of Egypt. That's a steel book.
That is steel book, son.
Steel book.
They actually made a steel book.
I know. Who the hell? Who the hell? And it's a gorgeous steel book.
Yes. Look at the craftsmanship. Look at the artwork on this. Look at this. I can hold it up. Yeah. It's insane. Yeah. It's insane. And I don't know, maybe the 3D version. Not that we have a 3D TV or anything, but I think the 3D version's in here, maybe.
That's all right.
But yeah.
Yeah. No, this is like,
just for the fact that they released that piece of shit on
this was the kind of
steel book.
This was like I said, I don't know how many times I've said this. This was the kind of trash where when I saw the trailer, I knew it was trash, and I was like, I'm gonna see that trash in the theater, and by God, I did, and I loved every minute of it. It was ridiculous. It was awful.
Yeah.
It was convinced it was the coolest thing. It was convinced it was the Mummy.
The next it was gonna be the next big franchise.
Yeah.
Like they were so sure with this one.
This movie just like
which makes it more fascinating to watch.
The movie is the movie is so baffling, like who it was actually made for.
From the director of The Crow.
Yeah, so sad.
The Crow and Dark City. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's normal.
Yeah. I mean, and what kills me is if you know, like I know bare bones about Egypt mythology.
Right.
I know a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
But there's like some thought actually went into the gods.
Yeah.
Like and myths, like if you know the myth of Ra and Anubis and all these different gods of Egypt, it's like it kind of tracks with what they use. Like
some thought went into it. Some of the visuals were good. Some of them were atrocious.
Yeah.
But there was enough good bad moments in here that we laugh at. And some of the action was fun that it's good bad for us, but not for everybody else. A lot of people hate Gods of Egypt. We can't defend it.
Rob?
What's he saying? What's Rob saying now?
Stop it.
There is no bigger franchise than Avatar. Avatar! That's right.
I get it, Rob.
I love Dark City too, Artisan. Dark City is one of the most underrated sci-fi, adventures ever. Like nobody talks about Dark City. Mr. L, another one. Thoughts on the Saw franchise? I'm personally a huge fan, but I understand it's an acquired taste. The theme, though, is epic, and we can all agree. Yeah, we were talking a little bit about that yesterday. I think so, about the Saw franchise. It's fun. I mean, the first Saw is the best. The first Saw is really good. The rest, you're just basically watching for the kills. It was the yearly Halloween movie release. But, fingers crossed for Spiral. Maybe Spiral is going to be a good spin-off movie. Hopefully it's good. Let's see here. Bootleg Aladdin, yes. And Travel Chief says for Gods of Egypt, yes. There's no bigger franchise than Avatar.
Sure.
Those of you that are late coming, joining us, we appreciate you guys. We're up to 77 people watching now. 77 badasses. We appreciate it. If you're late and you wanted a quick wrap up, Seventh Son is harmless, not great, but it's a good time waster. And we agree it's not as bad as the Rotten Tomatoes critics rating that they have given it. It's not a great movie, though. And R.I.P.D, well, it's kind of deserves to stay there, in our opinion. But I do see people enjoying that, though. Let's see here. Imran says, Dark City is awesome. One of the best Norse sci-fis. Yes. Yes. Yeah, Spiral with Chris Rock, Tribal Chief. We'll see if that's maybe. Hopefully it's solid. Hopefully it's a solid watch. I did watch the Swordsman trailer, dude. You guys, when you're done with it, when you're done here, go to YouTube, watch the Swordsman trailer. The upcoming martial arts movie coming out. Yo, it looks like it's gonna be good, man. I got an underrated movie that I love, Land of the Lost with Will Ferrell. I have not seen that one. You've seen reviews on Percy Jackson and the Olympians, right? But you haven't seen any of the movies. No, I haven't seen any of the movies either.
There's no reason for me to watch.
Yeah.
I'm not into the whole young adult
novel stuff.
Yeah, I'm not really into any of that.
Trying to catch up on you guys' comments here. Sorry, I'm like behind here. Yeah, just Sean Holmes earlier. I didn't. Aragon had potential to be a fun fantasy movie, but it just didn't work. Trado says, PhatSamuraiGuy, I bought Opium and the Kung Fu Master, The Savage Five, and Shaolin Rescuers last night. Fuck yeah. The real martial arts flicks. That's right. The classics.
Yes, Nigel. Chadwick Boseman was in Gods of Egypt. That was the first time I ever saw him.
Yeah.
And he was...
And he knew he was in shit, and he acted his ass off. He was hilarious in the movie.
Absolutely.
He knew. He chewed the scenery. He knew he was not in a great movie. And he said, fuck it, I'm going to have fun. But rest in peace, Chadwick, though.
Gene, if you're speaking of the live action Alita Battle Angel,
she has not seen it.
I have no desire to see it. I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm sorry. It was too...
Even though I told her it's a good movie,
I know
it's not enough to
I just didn't have any interest in it.
Twist her arm.
Sorry.
Yeah. Maybe one day. She's born.
Oh, hey, I just saw an interesting question.
What's up?
Was there any movies you disliked but loved the score? What?
No, go ahead.
What, is somebody making another Avatar jab?
No. I'm just thinking about the movie we just watched a couple of days ago and reviewed it. Well, we didn't hate it, but go ahead.
Actually, let's see. Dislike but love the score. Yeah, we just recently watched X-Men Dark Phoenix. And
oh my God. Don't get me started on that piece of shit.
That movie was garbage, but the score was really, really good for that. When I first saw BVS, I didn't know what to make of BVS, to be honest. It took us a couple of viewings before we were like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But so I don't hate BVS, but I have a soft spot for it. So, but a lot of people do hate it, so I could throw that in there. BVS score, absolutely adore it.
Right.
Let's see, something that I don't know, because a lot of the movies that I have a lot of films that a lot of people don't like, but I'm fine with. Where the score, I really enjoy the score.
Yes, Dark Gable. Yes.
Yeah, Dark Phoenix.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fuck that movie. We paid for that shit. Just ruined everything. Just like killed a franchise that was already like on its way down. It just buried it. buried the X-Men franchise temporarily.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully they come back and the reboot's good and all that.
The X-Men
Jesus
franchise,
Christ.
they had this habit of just not being able to leave good enough alone and just kind of milk the cow for all they could, and then.
And I love the First Class cast.
Yeah.
Except for basically gave up. She didn't want to be there.
Sci-Fi Century,
Jennifer Lawrence.
They should have just left it at Days of Future Past.
Dude, Days of Future Past, perfect ending.
Yeah.
Perfect ending.
Yeah.
They had to fuck it up.
Yeah.
And if you think Age of Apocalypse? Whatever the fuck.
Oh God.
Whatever the fuck the movie's called. X-Men fucking blue Smurf looking Oscar Isaac from fucking Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Ivan Ooze motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed of our review of that movie.
Well,
I'm ashamed.
Artisan, what kills me about the fact that they've done 2 Dark Phoenix films and failed both of them is that they let the guy that wrote the first Dark Phoenix movie that they butchered write the fucking second one. You want to talk about the definition of insanity? That is right there.
Oh God!
It astounds me that they allowed that to happen.
Sexy Sumo. Sorry, PhatSamuraiGuy, but Dark Phoenix is the best of the X-Men movies. Bow before it's mighty. LOL.
Oh my God.
Oh, Sumo. Oh, don't forget me tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Me and Sexy Sumo are going to 80 people watching. You guys fucking rock.
Oh, goodness.
Tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time, me and Sexy Sumo, he's talked me into it. Okay? For years, I have avoided this movie for good reason because I love the original so much. It's one of my favorites. The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. He has talked me into watching and talking about tomorrow The Thing prequel. 2011's The Thing. I've been avoiding it for years. I've heard nothing but horrible, atrocious things about it. The rating on Rotten Tomatoes is bad. However, he's twisted my arm. I want to watch it now. Now that I have HBO Max, it's available to me now. So I'm going to watch it maybe tonight. If I don't watch it tonight, I'll watch it tomorrow. And then join us if you want to see what we both think about the movie tomorrow at 6 p.m. So, but quick plug and letting you guys know what's going on the channel. Hi. Did I interrupt you?
No.
Okay, so I'll make sure.
Oh yeah! Now every time put that hat on me, I gotta talk like Jeff Bridges now. See, you take it down, talk normal. Good, put it under. Oh, this is fun, yeah. You want some Jeff Bridges ASMR? Do you guys like that? It'll turn you on. Hold on, let me get some out of my mouth here. Hold on. Oh,
what the hell is wrong with you?
They want ASMR, so I'm saying, hey, maybe if I do it like Jeff Bridges, they'll enjoy it. Maybe they get turned on by it.
Sorry. Nigel said no, it's disgusting.
Thank you.
Oh,
Christ almighty.
I like French fried taters.
Uh-oh. You killed him.
Shit.
You killed him.
Shit.
Easy.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
French fried potatoes.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. That killed me.
Easy.
Oh, that killed me. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Whew. Oh, I've got tears in my eyes.
Oh, no.
Whew.
I thought I was watching the True Grit remake right now, right, Sexy Sumo? It's uncanny, isn't it?
Oh God, it's too much fun. You guys rock.
Oh my God.
Any other questions, you guys? Like I said, today was gonna be a little bit of a short one. We might wrap it up in a little bit, but we're here to shoot shit for a little bit with you guys. You got any questions, any movie news or anything like that? We'll prolong it a little bit. Maybe we're at an hour and 46 now. Maybe we'll end it at 2 hours. But we are here to talk movies. That's what we love doing.
I'll just bring this up out of nowhere. So 2020.
Oh.
2020 was a very interesting.
Everyone's favorite year.
A very interesting year for everyone. I think it's safe to say. So what I found was interesting was, for me personally, what we were denied in being able to go see in the theater, I took advantage of, and I actually ended up watching like a whole bunch of movies that we owned that I had never seen before. Like I finally watched Hacksaw Ridge last year. I finally watched The Imitation Game. I finally watched Ikiru, which I've been wanting to watch forever, which is a Kurosawa film. I, like I've said before, finally binge watched all of Hannibal, which I adored. I think we rented quite a few movies last year. Did you end up watching any movies that you'd never seen that we own that you were like, oh, we finally started dipping into our pile? We have a huge pile for a Phat pickups that we haven't shown you guys yet. We started. Yes.
You want to shoot for Saturday?
Which Saturday?
Or is your mom coming over?
Which Saturday? This Saturday?
Next week.
I don't know.
When's your mom coming over?
We don't know yet. I haven't talked about it yet.
We'll let you guys know. The next, I twisted her arm. The next Phat pickups we do will be live.
Yeah. I still think this is a mistake.
So we might do it next Saturday. We'll see. We'll let you guys know.
Yeah. But yeah. So there were a lot of movies that we started dipping into our Criterion collection, our Arrow collection, our 88 films. Not 88 movies, the 88 studio.
Yeah, 88 films, Eureka and all that stuff.
Red Eclipse Films, can't go wrong with Studio Ghibli for the most part. It's hard to go wrong with them.
Classics.
Yeah.
Ekno says, thanks for the dono. He goes, I heard from someone that they're gonna make a Call of Duty movie.
Oh, good, Dark Gable. I'm glad your daughter liked Mononoke. I'm good. That's good. That's good. I'm glad she liked it. Yeah, Spirited Away.
We saw that in theater.
We stopped. Yeah, and I told the story. I told the gushy mushy story of us. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Ghibli film?
I know Spirited Away is pretty up there. I did like The Cat Returns. It was so cute. It was a sequel, kind of like not a sequel, but like a spinoff of another film. But it was so quirky and fantasy based, like just out there, that I really enjoyed it. And this is really depressing, but Grave of the Fireflies is just heartbreaking. It's not a feel good movie that you can just pop in. Like most of the Ghibli films, you can pop in and you're just like, hey, this is nice. Sit down with with a nice mug of something, or if you have kids, watch them. A lot of movies from the Ghibli collection you can watch with your kids if you have kids. Howl's Moving Castle, yes, very good. Really enjoyed that. But Grave of the Fireflies, you have to be ready for that.
That was Ghibli.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Same year as Totoro.
Whoa.
Do you want to talk about a tonal? Whoa. Just like, whoa, damn.
Wow.
Crazy.
I heard a rumor for years that America over here has been wanting to make a live action movie of Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck right off with that. You have no right. You have no business. No.
Just say.
No, you just don't have. You can't. That movie is Japanese. You can't. We would not. I'm sorry. I don't. You just can't do it. You can't. Oh, Kiki's Delivery Service, one of my favorites. Thank you.
Yeah, I was getting ready to.
Definitely.
I thought that was your favorite.
It is. It's again. It's
close.
It's so aggressively adorable. It's one of those movies that I shouldn't love, but it's so freaking cute. And that was one of the first ones. That was one of the early films that I saw. So yeah, I adore it. Really, really love it.
We watched Deadly Games. Never even heard of this movie. I didn't even know this movie existed last year on Blu-ray. And it was basically a nightmarish, violent fantasy kind of, in some ways, version of at least the feel of the movie fantasy in some spots, version of Home Alone.
Yeah,
which came out a little bit before Home Alone came out. So
Oh, that's an interesting.
But Deadly Games is cool.
That's an interesting question.
What?
Louise R., have you guys ever disagreed on film? One of you likes and the other one dislikes?
Oh, yeah.
I can't give an example right away where we were like split. Like
Training Day.
Oh, I didn't hate Training Day.
Yeah.
I didn't hate Training. It's a well-made film. Yeah. I just didn't.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I was so excited to show it to her.
Oh, damn it. Don't say that. Don't say that. I hate that.
I get you back though. I show you movies like, Double Team with Dennis Rodman.
But I hate that.
I get revenge.
I hate that. It's like I hate it when somebody gets really excited and I don't react the way they want me to. Because I've had that before where I was really excited and then somebody came back with their.
Didn't that happen with me though? Like you'd show me something and you were like, I can't wait for you to watch this. And
I don't know about that. I didn't hate Training Day. I just didn't love it like you did. Let's put it that way. Yeah. It was a well-made film.
Right.
I just didn't.
I'm trying to think of some other ones. We'd have to think, man. There's been so many. We've watched so many movies over the years.
But yeah, off the top of my head, where
we own so many movies we haven't even watched.
Yeah.
That we have forgotten we own. Thankfully for Blu-ray.com, the app. We have all our stuff on there. But I can't really think of one. It's weird about Ethan Hawke, though. I never was a fan of Ethan Hawke growing up with movies like Gattaca and stuff. I just thought he was like super bland, kind of vanilla. I respect him now, though. Like he was really good in Training Day. Out of all the actors that was in the Magnificent Seven movie remake, which was disappointing, his character was the more interesting one. I'm more of a fan of his acting now.
By Sci-Fi Century. Have a good
one, bud. Than growing up, but he's solid. He's a very solid actor, but.
Oh, there you go. That's all you, man.
Have you ever seen The Descent 1 and 2? Well.
Oh my God.
Well.
Oh shit, Jesus.
81 people hanging out. 81 badasses. Thank you for chilling with us for a little bit. What was for me? What was it?
Oh, that one right there.
Artisan says, I'd love to see more martial arts comedy movies like Kung Fu Hustle or Shaolin Soccer. Any suggestions? Oh, well, shit. I'll be here all day.
All right.
Oh, God. My Young Auntie and The Lady is the Boss. If you can find those two Kung Fu comedies, Shaw Brothers Old School, those are fun watches with some good fighting in there.
That's Porco Rosso, Dark Gable. That was really fun.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Let's see. So back to The Descent really quick. It'll be quick.
We'll try.
We were lucky enough to find out that The Descent, when it was released, it was directed by Neil Marshall, who directed my favorite werewolf movie of all time, Dog Soldiers. When The Descent was released here in the States, we found out that they botched the ending, and it's fucking stupid what they did to the ending. The real ending here in the States,
yeah.
So we waited because we heard it was a good movie, and I wanted to see what the director of Dog Soldiers is doing now. So we watched the real version, unrated, that had the real ending, the ending that wasn't fucked with. Mm-hmm. We loved it. Yeah. We loved The Descent, man. It's fucking badass, badass, and the ending made sense. The sequel, unfortunately, is based off of the American ending.
Yeah.
So if you want to agree, if you want to accept that the American ending happened,
which we do not,
which is garbage.
So out of morbid curiosity, fun.
That's what the sequel is based on.
Fun little personal tidbit. When we first moved into our house,
yes,
we had no furniture.
Nope.
We couldn't hook up our TV yet because we were still moving,
right.
And we spent the night at our house. Right. For the first time, we got some Chinese food. I think we hooked up our computer,
old computer,
dinosaur computer, and we rented Descent Part 2.
Was it from a Redbox? I think it was Redbox.
It might have been Redbox, or when we had Netflix back in the day.
Maybe
when Netflix used to actually send out the discs. I don't remember. It was either or, and so we're watching it, and we're just like,
hated it.
Right away, we were like, how can they make a Descent Part 2?
Yeah.
And then right away we realized, oh my God, this is because they followed the American version first.
Terrible.
And that enough was to set us on the path of negativity for this movie, where it's like, no, fuck this movie.
Terrible.
But we had rented it, and so I was like, okay, well, we have to watch it because we rented it. And So the best part about that night was that it was one of our first nights we spent in our own home.
Yeah.
No furniture in the house, hadn't put
sleeping
up
on
anything.
The floor.
Yeah, so that was like the best part of that was that it was a nice little memory for us to have. But that movie was garbage.
Terrible.
Absolute trash.
Omni Blast says the real ending is the only way it should be. That's right.
Oh, absolutely.
For the first movie. Fuck that horrible ending they did over here. So let's see.
I haven't seen the cave. Did you?
I seen parts of it. I think I saw the ending. Tribal
chief. The states got the release, the bad version, but when we saw the first descent, we knew, and so we got to see the real.
We
version.
Waited till it said unrated.
Yeah, but to be perfectly honest, that type of movie mainstream release, that would be hard for mainstream audiences to swallow. And it's just a
don't release it here in the States.
Or just let it go straight to video.
If the audience, if you know the audience over here is going to hate the ending, don't release it here.
Yeah. So it's like, we were lucky that we knew.
Yeah.
Because if we had seen the American ending, we would have been like, okay.
We would have been like,
we would have literally been like, well, the movie was great, but the ending was crap.
Yeah.
That's what we would have been like. Yeah. So, luckily we saw the real version the first time around, and we were like, well, what is this alternate ending? And then we're like, oh my God. It was like, holy shit balls. This is atrocious. Wreck and the sequels. I remember really liking the first one.
The first two are which one? Wreck?
Wreck.
Yeah, the first two are good. The third one's shit.
Yeah, the third one was kind of off the chain. Oh, somebody
Dark Gable, check out Redeemer if you have not seen Redeemer. That's one of Marco Zorora's best movies that no one talks about. The fighting in that is dope, man. Check out Redeemer.
Someone was asking if you've seen Streets of Fire, I think. Go back up.
Streets on Fire?
No, go back up. Streets of Fire.
Yes. We have that on Blu-ray from Shout Factory. It's Streets of Fire with Michael Parr and William Dafoe. Is like he looks like a fucking vampire biker in that movie. A lot of known, not big names yet, are in that movie. You're gonna be like, hey, it's that guy. Hey, it's that guy. It's that guy. Streets of Fire is a good example of a film that the type of genre it is, it's not for me. But for some strange reason, I don't like the genre. But for some strange reason, I like the movie. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. But for some reason, I like the movie because, I'm not really we're not actually a big fan of musicals.
Right.
And the movie was kind of, it's music is in it. There's songs, but they don't treat it like a musical. I don't know. It's weird, but I like the movie, man. There's something about Streets of Fire that I enjoy. So.
Oh, damn, Mr. L.
Mr. L, oh my goodness. Thank you for the dono. Really appreciate that. The Grudge movies made me afraid to sleep in my bed ever again as a kid. The actress for Kayako is cute, but dang, I would hate to piss her off, LOL. Also, Kayako and Sadako, Grudge versus the Ring, that movie is something. I have not seen that. I think that's on Shudder. We have Shudder, but we have not seen that.
Oh, Brad movies? If you've never seen Old Boy, the real Old Boy,
do not watch the remake.
Yes.
Do not.
Go buy it.
Watch
just go buy it. Just go buy it.
I don't know about buying it.
Really? Because you might not.
If there's a way you can rent it or watch it for free, and then watch it that way first, and if you like it, then obviously go buy it. It's a really good movie. It's a very original, fresh movie for its time that came out. And of course, we fucked it up over here.
Yeah. Dark Gable. That's so funny. That was one of the movies that we finally watched. Phantom of the Paradise. I really dug that movie. That was so much fucking fun. Oh my God.
Dude. There's another example for you guys.
Yeah.
Phantom of the Paradise is like it's a musical, like Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's a legitimate musical.
Right.
That's not our favorite genre. That's not really our thing.
Yeah.
It was really entertaining.
So much fun.
Really entertaining. Phantom of the Paradise, man.
Definitely.
And of course, our favorite character is Beef. So the actor that plays Bud and Bud the Chud,
oh my God.
I keep forgetting his name.
I know, I can never remember his
but
name.
he plays this rock star, and that's his name. That's his name in the movie, Beef. And we could not stop laughing. Yeah. Imran said, "Old Boy is Old Boy, one of the best of all time. Old Boy is freaking legendary. It's a great movie, man. It's hard to recommend people to go out and buy it right away if that's because we don't know what kind of genre they like. You know what I mean?"
Oh, Garrett Graham.
Garrett Graham, is that his name?
I can never remember his name.
Yeah, the Vengeance trilogy. I need to catch her up on it. She hasn't seen Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance or Lady Vengeance, so it's on the list for her to watch.
Somebody just said bye. I didn't catch you said bye.
All right, I'm catching up here. Who said that?
I didn't. It was up.
All right, take care. Favorite Mark Dacascos movie? Ooh, man. That's tough. It's going to come down to Only the Strong or Drive. And Brotherhood of the Wolf is there too. But he was kind of co-star. He wasn't star, but it's tough. That's a tough one. We have not seen Fantasy Island. It looked like garbage. Maybe if it comes on Amazon Prime for free, maybe we'll check it out for shits and giggles. The Iron Chef. That's another one. Ready or Not.
Oh.
It's another one. Going back to that question earlier, the movie I really liked, and I showed it to her, and she was kind of like, meh.
Yeah, sorry.
So we don't agree all the time.
I'm sorry.
We don't agree all the time.
The thing is, I feel so bad because a lot of times he'll
Maybe
see
I
movies,
hyped it up too much. I may have hyped it up too much.
He'll see movies that I don't see. Like he'll go see, back when theaters were open, he would go see movies without me because we work different schedules.
Yeah.
And he'd go see films without me, and then he'd come back and like, oh, you got to see this and this and this. And I'd heard so many good things about Ready or Not, and by the time I saw it, I was just, I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood. I don't know.
She may have not been in the mood.
Sometimes
she didn't hate it. She understood why I liked it.
Yeah.
It's just
it's perfectly fine.
I hyped it up too much.
It's a perfectly fine film.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know.
Yeah. It's a good movie. I like it.
Brad,
I still like it.
Brad, personally, I adore Steins Gate, the anime. The first one. I've seen the second one, which is Steins Gate Zero, which to my understanding, it's an alternate, because it's based off a video game. And the whole concept of the series is that there are alternate like realities and things diverge and split, and all these different things can happen depending on the decision that you make. You go back in time and you change something, then another reality will form, and so you got all these parallel lines. So Steins Gate Zero was good. I enjoyed it, but Steins Gate, the first one, the original series, that was a blind buy for me, and I adore it. So I mean, not everyone's gonna feel the same way, but I personally did enjoy that.
Street Fighter Collection, yes, Omegon. Sonny Chiba, son, that's right, the badass. Viva Chiba. Let's see here.
Could come to Daddy starring Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh God! God damn it!
If that wasn't a highlight of reviews,
I still might throw together a highlights of last year on the channel, all the outtakes and bloopers and me fucking up shit. I haven't released it, so we'll see.
Good night, good night, Rob. Enjoy.
It will never end until you give in. Batman versus Ninja Turtles was great. We were not expecting to like that movie a lot, and we love it. Steven, what's going on, brother? All right. You want to wrap it up, or you want to keep talking here?
Yeah. Oh, someone's got another question for you.
Police Story 1 or 2? That would be 1. I like 2, but one's better. One's more memorable. All right, that's probably enough for today. All right, 78 people, badasses, hanging out with us the Movie Dojo Army is growing. We'd like to thank all you badasses for hanging out with us on tonight's stream. Talking about, is it really that bad? Seventh Son, and R.I.P.D. We had fun talking about these movies with you, and we had fun, as always, reading you guys' comments. Hold on one second. Eknigo here. Excuse me, Ekno, sorry. Have you seen Uzumaki's Monster? Is it a good or much-watched anime? Anything about that one?
I haven't seen that one. Sorry.
Okay, well, thank you, Ekno. We're going to have to check that out. We can't do the Jean-Claude Van Damme dance every night, Tribal Chief. We have to save it for special moments. But again, thanks for hanging out with us tonight on this episode of Is It Really That Bad? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We appreciate it. Hit that notification bell so you can get the updates of when our videos drop. And don't forget, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time, Is It Really That Bad? The Thing 2011. And then Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to talk Cobra Kai Season 3. All right, thanks for hanging out. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys again soon. Peace out.
Is it